So we're going to get started today in a simple seated pose, crisscross applesauce on those sits bones, connecting into the ground and settling into your practice. Gently bringing the mind, the body, all together, all in the same space. Anything that's bothering you, concerning you, stuff going on out there, we're going to let it be for just a little while. As we come to sit, maybe even closing down the eyes, letting the shoulders gently fall away from the ears as you begin to connect with your breath. Feeling that chest, stomach gently rise and fall. All of the stress, the busyness in your mind begins to float down like snowflakes falling on trees. Bring the mind now into that connection with the floor as you feel the sits bones root down below you. Almost like roots pressing into the ground. With that energy flowing up through ribs, hips, that center line, begin to rise taller through the crown of the head, feeling the crown of the head float towards the sky as those sits bones stay anchored into the earth. As you do that, you'll feel a gentle tightening through your tummy. You'll feel that core develop a gentle strength. Raising the crown of the head as high as it's been all day. Feeling it float up like a fluffy cloud. Then on your next exhale, we're gently going to tuck the chin into the chest. Keeping the length through the rest of the spine as the chin gently falls. Feeling a release along the back of the head, that upper spine, everything above the shoulders. Gently stretching. On your inhale, rising that chin up, crown crown of the head reaches once again, back of the neck becomes long. Exhale, tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale, we rise with the crown of the head growing taller. Exhale, chin tucks into the chest. Flowing back and forth. Continuing to open gently through that upper neck as you connect with your breath. With the eyes still closed, you are moving at your own pace, timing your movement with your breath and nobody else's. Embracing your individual practice today. Taking these last few breaths to rise taller through the crown of the head as you come up, and maybe tuck the chin just a little bit more as you come down. Next time you rise up, let's plant those hands down by the side. Let them fall off to either side of the hips. And we are going to bring the right hand all the way up towards the sky and just keep going, drawing a beautiful half rainbow all the way towards the mirror as you feel a side stretch. Charging that heart forward. See if you can peel that shoulder open just a little bit. Deep breath. One more beautiful inhale. And on the exhale, figure out where the top of your head is and bring your hand down towards your ear, stretching that right ear towards the right shoulder as you release through the neck. Stretch. Starting off slow, tenderly today. Releasing that right hand down to the ground. Keep the head exactly where it is. Left floats towards the sky, drawing that half rainbow, and coming all the way into the side stretch onto your left side. Showing me all your beautiful hearts as you charge fingertips towards the door, maybe going a little bit deeper. With each inhale, the chest becomes more expansive. With each exhale, bending deeper. Bringing that left hand to the right ear, come all the way up, and stretch out the other side of your neck. That's one way to be kind to yourself. And then feeling that head rise towards the sky as you release the hand down to the floor, growing taller through the crown of the head, reaching all the way up. Big inhale, once again lengthening through that spine, growing tall. Hands come down to heart center on the exhale. Let's go ahead and lace the fingers together and press the palms out in front of us. On your next inhale, rise all the way up, high-fiving the ceiling, and exhale, let it go. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Drizzle them down to heart center. Clasping those hands, press the palms out towards the front of the room, and then reach up on your inhale. And we exhale, rain it down. Snowflakes falling out to the side, reaching all the way up. Inhale, grow taller. Hands come down to heart center, prayer pose. Pressing out with the palms, reach towards the front of the room, and then inhale, we grow tall. Exhale, let them fall, rain it down. Circle sweep everything all the way up again, growing taller through the spine, letting that head float tall. Hands come to heart center, pressing out with the palms towards the front of the room. Shoulder blades can part, release. And then bringing that fist, those palms all the way towards the sky. Exhale, rain it down. Let's do that a couple more times, reaching all the way up. Exhale, prayer pose. Inhale, we reach forward. Exhale. Inhale, rise towards the sky. And let it rain down. Raising those hands up. Prayer pose. Reaching forward, opening up, stretching the shoulders, growing tall. Rain it down. Beautiful. Reaching all the way up again, this time pausing at heart center, closing down the eyes as those hands come to the heart. And taking a pause, a moment, to set an intention for your practice, making a promise to yourself that you will treat your body well for the next few minutes, that if anything hurts or feels yucky, you will not do it. Honoring your body as we move through our practice today. And then diving onto hands and knees, coming all the way forward, bringing those wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Now we're going to spend some time on our knees today. So if the knees are fussy, if they're feeling a little cantankerous today, roll up the mat. I have some nice little socks. Maybe I'll put underneath my knees. Something for padding, especially if the knees are feeling yucky. Sweatshirt, doesn't matter. Find something that'll help your knees be okay. You can tuck the toes, you can lay them flat, and then we're going to charge the heart forward, coming into cat and cow. Pressing the heart forward, chin stays tucked, keeping that long spine, and then reverse. Exhale, everything, round it out. Back, come all the way towards the sky, gaze to the belly button. And then just kidding, we're going to come back into that cow pose. Back and forth, moving with your breath as you release and warm up through the spine. Feeling every vertebrae coming alive, awake, ready to do all of the things you're going to do in practice today. Doing your best to make a rainbow as you come up and a smile with the back as you come into cow pose. So it's so easy to try and do like a peace sign or a V with your back. We don't want crunchy backs, we want long, strong, straight spines. We want happy spines that smile, right? Not V-shaped angry spines. So try and find some length through the tailbone, crown of the head, so continue to flow back and forth. One more on each side. Before coming to a flat back, and all the way down into child's pose. Let the hips fall, knees open. This is beautiful and blissful and so nice. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And then coming all the way up onto those hands and knees again. We're going to roll up, like I said, on the knees, coming all the way up. Straight spine, reaching tall, coming into gate pose as we press the right foot out. So bringing the bottom of the right foot to the floor. Find some length, maybe press the hips forward. Rising up through the hands, scrape the sky, say hello to the sunshine before hinging over towards the door, towards the right. Finding that side stretch in gate pose. Breathe through it, charging the heart forward, and then coming all the way down onto that left hand as you come into a kneeling side plank. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring that right knee up and connect it to the elbow. So elbow comes to knee, and then kick the door as you go straight again. Exhale, elbow comes to knee. Inhale, expand. Exhale, in. Side crunches, basically what we're doing. Let's be honest with ourselves. That's all these are. Keep going, elbow to knee, pressing out. Feeling that hip get stronger. One more. Beautiful. Before reaching out, pressing that foot into the ground, and then windmilling everything all the way back up, and coming onto hands and knees. Hope that leg stays straight. Feeling a stretch through that thigh, maybe as that foot presses into the ground. Anchoring that left hand into the floor in front of you as you open up towards the sky with the right. Beautiful. Finding that stretch, that twist, that opening, and then looping that hand underneath the armpit, charging the fingertips towards the mirror, towards the left side of the room. Beautiful. We're going to come all the way up, beginning to flow, open up towards the sky. Exhale, hand comes underneath the armpit. Reaching up on the inhale. Exhale all the way through. Up on the inhale. And you guessed it, we're going to twist on the exhale. Reaching tall, couple more times. Finding your breath, your twist. Reaching all the way up, and the next time you reach up, hand can come all the way to the ground, right underneath the shoulders. Pausing there. Bringing that knee in. Beautiful. We're going to tuck the toes underneath us and come all the way up into standing. Forward fold. Oh, letting it go. Head, neck, shoulders. If you feel like those hammies, those glutes are real tight today, you can put a block in front of you. That helps the hinge stay in the hips rather than compensating with all of those beautiful spine spaces you have. So straightening, strengthening that back. Bending the knees just a little bit. You can fold the arms, shake out the head, yes and no. Find some release here. Before reaching all the way up, reverse swan dive. Grow tall, scrape the sky. If we had popcorn ceilings, you'd be able to scrape a little bit off. Think about it that way. Grow taller through that extended mountain. Reach high. And drizzle those hands all the way down through heart center. Coming back into your forward fold. And all the way back down onto the knees. Beautiful. This time sending the left leg out, coming into gate on the other side. Reaching up towards the sky as that left leg presses out, and then hinge, bend, bring the sunshine over towards that left foot as you find an opening along the right side of the body. Ooh, that feels nice today. Working the obliques just a little bit. As we come all the way up, windmill everything around, finding a bent knee side plank. Beautiful. Might feel a little bit of stretch through that side body, a little strength work in there. And then we're going to bring elbow into the knee. Go ahead, elbow comes into knee, and then inhale, expand everything out. Exhale, elbow comes to knee. Inhale, we expand. You kind of get the gist. You go as fast or as slow as your body is telling you it wants to go. Feeling some strength building through the hips. Side body, the obliques. One more. Beautiful. Before placing that foot back on the ground, reaching all the way up. And we're going to come forward. Oh, that feels nice. Wrists come underneath shoulders as you feel that stretch building through that straight leg. The flatter you keep the foot on the floor, the stretchier things will get. Now this time, planting that right hand on the floor, open up towards the sky with the left fingertips, finding your twist. And loop it on underneath the armpits, reaching around, pointing your fingers towards the door, and then all the way up. And continue to flow. Exhale. We twist. Inhale, we rise. Opening up through shoulders, low back, inner thigh, lots of stuff going on here. Feels real good. And the next time your fingertips come high, go ahead and place them on the ground in front of you, enjoying that nice stretch for just a second more before bringing that knee in, tucking the toes, coming all the way up into a forward fold. Woo. Beautiful. Again, finding that forward fold. If you need to bend the knees just a little bit, soften them, wiggle them. It's a beautiful way to get yourself a little bit lower. And bring that block in front of you, especially if the hamstrings are feeling really tight. Take a deep inhale here. Connect with your breath, your purpose. And then rooting through those feet, reverse swan dive all the way towards the sky, as tall as you have been all day. Beautiful. Pause here, extend here, and then rain it all down, forward fold. We're going to step forward with the right foot coming into a lunge. So bringing that right foot forward, you're already kind of on the back of your mat, come into a lunge. Making sure that back heel's up off the ground. I could tickle it if I wanted to. Don't worry, I'm not. That's weird. Making sure that knee is over the ankle, not flopping in, not falling out. And blocks are a good idea here. Got blocks out for everybody just in case you need them. Find your blocks if you need that length through the spine. And then grow tall, rising all the way up with the fingertips. Connect the hands above the head, sinking low into that lunge. Thumbs come to the back of the neck, opening up through the heart, reaching tall again. Let's come all the way down. That left hand comes to the inside of that shin. Blocks are beautiful, like I said. And then we're going to twist it out, opening up through the right fingertips towards the sky. Unwinding, coming all the way down. You guys know what you're doing by now. Let's rise up, grow tall. Hands come above the head. Fingertips drip below the neck, opening up through the chest as you go deeper into that beautiful lunge. Pause here, find your balance, reaching up, all the way down into that twist again, hinging forward, connecting to the floor before you twist it out. Breathe here. Coming out of that twist, reach up. Thumbs connect behind the neck, opening up through the chest, the heart. Breathe through it, reach tall, and then find that twist all the way down, and then open up. A little less time here, moving a little faster each time we go, reaching up. Thumbs come behind the head. Ooh, that's a tongue twister for you. Reaching tall, all the way down into your twist. We're gonna do that one more time. And then coming up. Ooh, that thigh's shaking by now. Thumbs come behind the head. I did it, I said it. Reaching up, all the way down towards the floor. Bend that back knee, scooch it back just a little bit. Straighten the front leg, finding those half splits. Oh, that feels good to stretch it out. Toes come back towards the knee so you feel a glorious release through that hamstring, hip. Again, blocks, they're wonderful. I love them. They keep you upright. A few more seconds here. And then let's meet in forward fold. All the way at the front of your mat. Ooh. Beautiful. Now you got those blocks in front of you. Sometimes they're helpful. Let's gently bring the right hand to a block or to the floor, depending on how stretched you are. And then open up with the left fingertips towards the sky. You can bend the knee. Sometimes bending the knee generously feels pretty good. Twisting it out. And coming down, sweeping all the way to the other side. Left hand comes to the block. Right arm opens up. Breathing through it. And then coming all the way down into that forward fold. Let's bring that left foot back. Oh, no, sorry, right foot comes back. Right foot comes back. Always choose the right. Choose the right way. As you come into the lunge, your lunge, making sure your knee is over your ankle, making sure I can potentially, but not really, come around and tickle your heels in the back, and maybe getting some blocks nearby if you need it. Rising all the way up now, growing tall, scraping all of the popcorn off the ceiling if it were there. As you come into that reverse prayer position, hands come behind the head, opening up through the heart. Grow tall, fingertips scrape the sky, all the way down with the hands, the heart coming towards the floor, finding your twist. Those left fingertips come up towards the ceiling now. So you twist it out. Beautiful. Come all the way back up. Thumbs come behind the head, opening up through the heart. And then reach tall. All the way down, connecting with the floor, the block, the something, before you twist it open. And coming up again, rise tall. Hands come behind the head, reverse prayer. Reaching up. Drizzle it all down forward. Find your twist. Coming all the way up, rise tall. Thumbs come behind the head. Reaching up. Drizzle it down. Find your twist. All the way up. Last time, reaching up with the fingertips. Hands come behind the head. Grow tall again. And this time coming all the way down. Bring that back knee down. Scooch it back just a little bit. And straighten that front leg. Ooh, again, I love blocks. They're my favorite. They keep my spine straight and healthy and happy. Finding that long, straight spine. Plugging the belly button back into that spine, feeling the tummy engage as you feel that deep stretch through your front leg. Breathing through it. vinyasa here. You guys kind of know what's coming next. Let's come all the way towards the sky, reaching up. Hands drizzle down, midline of the body, forward fold again. Halfway up, flat back, shoulders peel away from the ears, flattest back of your day. Coming into plank pose, taking that flat back with you as you come into your version of plank. Half plank is also gorgeous. I love it. Pausing here to feel a little strength building in your core. Breathing through it, reconnecting with the breath just in case you lost it. And then we're going to bring our hearts down towards the floor. Once your elbows are behind your rib cage, plop. Peeling the heart off the mat as the tops of the feet press into the floor, cobra pose. Curl the toes, downward facing dog. Woo. Now feeling free to pedal it out in this pose. Bringing one knee in, the other knee in. No problem if the legs are not straight. No big deal. Let's work on getting that upper body straight for now. The legs will come. Finding some juice through that low back. Through the backs of the legs. Stretching it out. Yes, keep going. Keep pedaling. You can do it. Let's bring that right heel up towards the sky. High five Mr. Sun wherever he feels like being today. And swing the right foot all the way in between the hands. We are going to come into warrior one. Whoop! I need a little oomph to get my foot up there. Maybe you guys do too. All the way up, warrior one. Fingertips make a nice number 11 towards the sky. Let's go powerful. Let's do it just for a second. Rising up, growing tall. Now I have this really bad habit of making a bologna sandwich with my white bread arms. Don't do that. Make YMCA arms. Plugging those shoulders into that side body. Feeling strong as the tailbone pulls down, crown of the head rises up. And then open it up, warrior two. Fingertips reach towards opposite sides of the room as we breathe here. If that back foot feels like it wants to change angles a little bit, you go for it. And oh, you see what happened with my knee? Cardinal sin, man. It fell in. I need to keep pressing it back and out as I keep it over the ankle. Finding that strength, feel power flowing through your body. And let's straighten that front leg, reaching all the way up with the right fingertips, coming into straight leg, humble warrior. Growing tall towards the sky. Bending that knee generously now, coming into side angle. Your version. That forearm can gently kiss that bent thigh. Hand can be on the hip, reaching up towards the ceiling, or charging forward. Now if there's some rotator cuff stuff, try saying that 5 times fast going on. Keep the hand down on the hip there. Charging forward with the heart. Beautiful. Breathe through it. Use the breath to fuel you, charge you, give you energy, and then rise all the way up, finding that warrior two again. Yes, we're keeping that knee bent. Don't you love me for it? No, you don't. Let's straighten it. Now, if your blocks are nearby, keep them kind of in your field of vision because we're coming in triangle pose, and it is so helpful in triangle. Reaching forward until you just cannot reach anymore. Once that back is as straight as it's ever been, you can windmill the arms around, keeping the back exactly where it is. Blocks are kind of helpful here. You can put them on the inside of that calf, but if you don't have a block, you can very gently rest your hand on that shin. So it's up to you. It's up to how straight you want to keep your back today. Finding your triangle pose. Breathing through it. Oh, time flies when we're having fun. Let's come all the way back out. Reaching forward like we just don't want to leave the pose. Oh, but we have to because we're going to turn both toes towards the mirror, towards the long edge of your mat, and scoot them in just a little bit. Heels come in, toes point out, moving into sunflowers, reaching all the way up, coming down into a super low squat as you pick something up off the floor, kind of the sunshine, and raise it up in the sky. Straighten the legs. Come into that low squat again. Exhale. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we squat. Inhale, we rise. Beautiful. I love how everybody's moving at their own pace with their own breath. Oh, you guys have just made my day. Finding the expansion, the pace, the breath that your body is craving. Continue to flow up and down. Keep going. Connect with your breath. Almost there. Finding that meditation and movement. Repetition is so nice for our brains sometimes. Then just let go. Just keep flowing back and forth. And the next time you come up, go ahead and stay there, reaching tall. Feeling that heart beating just a little bit more. There's fresh blood flowing through everywhere now. Bringing the hands down to heart center. I'm going to have you point your left toes towards the back of the room. Coming into our warrior series on the other side. Bending generously through that left knee. Let's find warrior one together. Making that nice number 11 with both arms. Well, it's a wide leg. Wide number 11. Remember your baloney head. Don't make a baloney head. Don't make a sandwich. Find that depth, that bend through the knees as you go just a little bit deeper. Feeling all of that blood flow you just generated. Fuel your pose, your power, your practice. Breathing deeper. And opening up to warrior two. If that back foot wants to change, you let it. Give in. Feel solid here. Again, if that knee feels like it's falling in, charge it back towards the door. Find your strength, your power, and then straighten that leg. Reach up with those left fingertips, reverse warrior, humble warrior. Reach all the way up, finding that side body stretch. And then windmill it all the way into side angle, your version. Depending on what your shoulder's feeling today. Find your side angle. Breathe through it. Reconnect. And then reaching all the way back into warrior two. Now this is the last time you'll experience warrior two, at least in this class. So say fond farewell to it. As you straighten that front leg, figure out where your blocks are if you need them. Reach towards the back of the room. Reach towards the back. And then triangle pose, windmilling those arms around. Finding your version of triangle. Doing your best to keep that spine straight. So you notice triangles have straight lines. So straight lines are what we're aiming for here. Every extremity possible. And then coming all the way back up. Turning both toes towards the mirror. We are going to come into a wide leg forward fold, hinging at the hips. Again, blocks are great to keep you up a little bit. If not, just let those hands fall towards the ground as you find that hinge through your hips. This is your chance to let go, to release. Find deep stretching. below the heart. Just gently take a moment to bring it up a little higher, letting the body equalize just a little bit before we come all the way up, slow and steady. Meeting in mountain pose at the front of our mat. Taking just a moment here. Reaching those arms all the way up again, rising tall, tallest that you have been all day. And drizzle it forward, forward, fold. Now you have the option here to flow through a vinyasa, so that plank down to chaturanga, cobra, up dog, all of that. Or we're just going to meet in down dog. You choose. Feeling the heels of down dog, maybe a little closer to the floor now. Just a millimeter. Feeling strength building through arms and shoulders. Feeling the hips rise towards the ceiling. Taking a moment to reset in down dog. Bring that right heel towards the sky. We're going to swing it on through, finding pigeon pose. So bringing that knee up. The goal is to one day get the shin to be parallel with the front of the mat. That is horrible and hard. It takes a long time. You can see my hips are not open, and I've been practicing yoga for almost 20 years now? Yikes. So, being gracious with your body as those hips fall towards the ground, maybe staying up on the fingertips or blocks, or finding release as you come onto forearms. Maybe even making a pillow with your fists. Very compassionately, coming all the way back up. Bringing the knee back and meeting in child's pose. Letting the hips fall. Upper body releases. onto hands and knees. Tucking the toes underneath you. And coming back up into down dog. Bringing that left heel towards the sky. And swinging it all the way through into your pigeon pose. This is a beautiful time to prop yourself up. So if you feel like you need some blocks underneath hips, might help you release a little bit more. Maybe even bringing a block under the forehead. They've been generally wiped down. Finding your gentle stretch on this side of your body. Gently, compassionately coming all the way back up, taking your time as we move into child's pose. Gravity begin to take over. Maybe even making a pillow for your forehead with the backs of hands. Or if it feels good, reaching those fingertips towards the back of the room. Very slowly beginning to come up, rolling your spine straight, one vertebrae at a time. Crossing the ankles, using your hands to prop you up. We're going to come all the way forward into a simple seated pose. Sometimes we plop, sometimes it's fun. Finding that simple seated pose. You can bring the hands to the knees. Crawl the fingertips forward, releasing forward, feeling that deep hip stretch. All the way back up, fingertips crawl towards the midline of the body. Rising tall through the spine. Whichever foot was in front before, swap it out. Once those ankles are swapped, go ahead and fold forward once again. Feeling the shoulder blades release, separate. Feeling tension melt from the back. As you let go, giving in to gravity. Feeling a gentle release into the floor. And then bringing those fingertips back up, crawling them back towards your center. Anchoring in those sits bones as the spine grows long. Let's bring our knees up. Feet come flat on the floor. Roll all the way back down onto your back. If you want to bring the knees in with you for a quick gentle hug, maybe a little rocking out. Nice low back massage. Feels kind of good at the end of a practice. And then making whatever adjustments your body needs to make as we move into our final relaxation pose. Corpse pose. Don't worry, you'll come alive again, I promise. Feeling the body release into the mat. As mind, body, and breath begin to settle, drifting towards the ground. You can gently close down the eyes if that's okay with you, or soften the gaze. Not looking at one thing in particular. As you bring your attention to your forehead, beginning to focus your concentration on that third eye, that space between the eyebrows. We usually wrinkle or tense when we're angry, confused, or thinking. I'd like you to feel that third eye gently melt. As the forehead becomes soft. Feeling the two eye sockets like pools of water, still and calm. As the jaw releases, relaxes, draining any lingering tension down through the neck. As the tops of the shoulders release, the right shoulder, the left shoulder. Feeling the fronts of the shoulders melt into the mat. As the heart and the chest become soft, weightless. Feeling arms release, relax. The elbows, forearms, and wrists gently release into the mat. Continuing to bring the mind, the focus down the body, into the stomach and the abdomen. Imagining the core as a bowl of hot soup on a cold winter's day. Feeling an ice cube drops into that bowl of soup, gently melting. sense of ease, weightlessness flows through hips, tops of the thighs, backs of the thigh, across the kneecap, along the gentle arch in the back of the knee. Feeling calves and shins melt into the floor. As that sense of ease flows across the tops of your feet, through heels, arches, ball of the foot, into the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the pinky toe. Pausing in a state of blissful presence with your body exactly as it is now. Gently bring that focused mind into the breath. Feeling the rib cage as it expands and releases. Starting to breathe in a little bit more air. Releasing the rib cage a little bit more each time. Breathing in deeply, expanding through the chest, the stomach, and letting it go. Breathing in deeper as you feel fresh energy flood through fingertips and toes. Finding gentle movement through the palms and the bottoms of the feet. As the mind becomes fully awake. Gently rolling over onto your right side. Pausing there for just a moment. Bringing with you all of the benefits of your practice into your day, into your weekend, even into the week beyond. As you gently press yourself up, meeting together in a simple seated pose. Reconnecting with the breath as you bring hands to heart center. At the end of class, it is traditional to say a word that means the spirit or soul in me recognizes and honors the spirit and soul in you. So, from my heart to yours, namaste.